Uh, Greetings to everybody, fellow countrymen, Gambians, and friends of the Gambia. This is your brother, Mustafa Sise, who joins you again today to talk to you about the upcoming National Assembly election that we are facing early next month, April. I come here today to present to you your candidates, whom we all know about, the candidates of PDOIS, from the personalities of Halifa Sallah, Sidia Jatas, Swaibu Toures, the Amisila, Usman Silla, people like Matar Sise, among others, who are going to stand for you, to represent you in your National Assembly, to defend your voices and your rights in the best interest of ourselves and our children. The reason why I come here today is basically to present to you facts that we know and which there is, as every human being, no matter your political or religious affiliation, wants peace, progress, and dignity, liberty for oneself. It is sometimes our selfish interests that corrupt our judgment, but the reality is every human being wants these fundamental things for oneself. Gambia and friends of the Gambia, we all know the likes of Halifa Sallah, well-educated professionals, disciplined in every atmosphere, in every environment, and in every discipline. They have the skills, they have the technical and the intellectual know-how to support us and represent us in the National Assembly. We could all recall that the 22 years of Yahya Jammeh's rule has brought on us untold suffering and backwardness for our once beautiful, smiling coast of the Gambia. The destruction of the social fabrics, the economy, the judiciary, the laws and the constitution, our reputation internationally, and every aspect of our life had been messed up by Yahya Jammeh and his gang of criminals. This was why you Gambians decided to come together, irrespective of party affiliation, irrespective of religious, tribal, linguistic backgrounds, to come together as one country, one nation, and one people to end a dictatorship that has been entrenched with a military and security apparatus that knows nothing but barbarity and abuse, torture, disappearance, detention, you name it. This is what 22 years have been. Going further, we have all seen how they have been abusing us by making laws that entrench themselves and encroach upon our rights. They have broken down our institutions and our instruments of governance. As a result, the Gambia does not have an institution or an instrument of governance. Therefore, when we come together to form a transition, our goal was to clear this mess that Yahya Jammeh left for 22 years. Therefore, we could never have done this, and there is no way we could succeed even President Obama or whoever, even Nelson Mandela or any great leader like Kwame Nkrumah, you name it, come. There is no way they can solve those problems without having an impartial, dedicated, transitional government, transition period that will be dedicated to resolve those challenges. Therefore, this was why we chose to go into a solo, independent coalition National Assembly that will not be focused on party affiliation and the interests of individual parties, but rather that will be focused on establishing a democratic foundation that every Gambian or friend of the Gambia can freely come in and invest, and your rights will be protected. Every citizen can live in that country without fear of losing your life or having to be forced into exile, as I am, or many other people. Your properties will not be lost. Your rights will not be violated. Your children will not be killed on their way to school, or they will not be taken from their schools to go onto the road to welcome a president, only for him to be throwing biscuits to them and his convoy vehicles ran over them, killing them. This is the Gambia that we want. We want a country that we can be able to freely express ourselves and say what we think is right, to stop what we think is wrong. This is the Gambia that we want. This is the Gambia that we want to build. There is no way we can build such a Gambia without having a viable, professional, institutionalized National Assembly. This way, with such a National Assembly, the Gambia will be a better place for its citizens. Now, therefore, we need this National Assembly, the people whose integrity is unquestionable, whose character, whose dedication to national development, one country, one Gambia, one people, whose professionalism, whose sacrifice for the Gambia is unquestionable, are whom we need to lead in this National Assembly. This is why I come here today to present to you Mr. Halifa Sallah and his colleagues from PDOIS, whom we know spend their entire life in sacrifice for you people, you Gambians, for your well-being and for the betterment of your future, for prosperity, liberty, and dignity. This is the people I present to you. Gambia and friends of the Gambia, please go out in your numbers and vote for these people. They are going to the National Assembly, not for any political party interest or personal self-accomplishment, self-fulfillment, or personal wealth aggrandizement, or going to get power in order to settle scores, but rather to go into the National Assembly for your sake, for your betterment. This is the country that we want.